all my heart, I will trust in you. Your hand in mine, I will go where you lead me. You are the God of wisdom and justice. You are the way, we follow you. You are the way, we follow you. Oh, are we on? Hey, I was talking to the producer, which I am, and my camera operator, which I am. Your friend, Jesse Manibusan. Hey, everybody, from the beautiful city of San Francisco, California, where we do the pandemic like no one else does. So God bless you all. God keep you all safe, and blessings to you. Welcome to all of you in this wonderful Faith Day experience. Glad to be with you. Just if just for a small way, it was a joy to write the theme song for this year. With all our hearts, I will trust in you. Fais confiance au Seigneur de tout ton cœur. Boy, I love speaking French, even though I don't speak a lot of French. Bonjour. I would like a beignet. Okay, enough of that. I am from the Pacific island of Guam and have been born and raised in California, but have traveled the planet extensively. And one of my favorite places to go is Canada. So we'll begin with just a sense of gratitude as we begin our reflection and our conversation about hospitality and justice and the transforming power of living our faith. With all my heart, I will trust in you. Your hand in mine, I will go where you lead me. You are the God of wisdom and justice. You are the way, we follow you. You are the way, we follow you. What a joy to be able to write that, to create that. When Leanne sent me the invitation to create the song, I was, as always, scared, a little bit intimidated, grateful, and thought, why would you want me to, I'm not a songwriter. And that was just little Jesse just throwing fits and expressing self-doubt. But it is, as always, with any song, with any prayer, the challenge is, at least from my experiences, how do we flesh that out? How do we flesh out the words of a song, or the words of a prayer, or the words of a mission statement for a Catholic schools year? How do we flesh that out in ways that are tangible and show evidence that we are committed to that mission, committed to that song, committed to not just the song, but for whom the song is sung, for whom the prayer is prayed, and for whom the celebration is being celebrated. That for me has always been the challenge as I do my work. And I would imagine as you do your work and you live your life and I live my life, how do we flesh that out? Even writing the text of the chorus, with all my heart, I will trust in you. Your hand in mine, I will go where you lead me. I was so conflicted because I know that in my life, I try to live in a manner where I am affirming not what I hope, but I'm affirming what is. So I'll actually sing, as I was writing, I was going, with all my heart, I will trust in you. Oh, there's a difference if I were to say, with all my heart, I trust in you. So it's more affirming and creating a space where it's a little bit more expressive of what is, more than what I hope to accomplish. Your hand in mine, I will go where you lead me. Your hand in mine, I go where you lead me. See what I'm saying? I'm trying not to live in the, oh, we're going to build this, but that we are building this, that we are um, people beyond. We need intention, but we need to also envision and visualize what we hope for and affirm it. We gather here when people in sacred solidarity, in sacred, which means that we're set apart, that we are not necessarily going against culture, we're not going against anything, but we're trying to live, we're making every attempt to commit to living in a way that honors solidarity and diversity and inclusion. That is holy. And it's not just an ideal, but it is a value and a way that we commit to living, which means that we're not always going to hit the target. Like I wrote a song that goes, all are welcome in this place. Behold love's amazing grace. All are welcome. All are welcome. And I love singing that song. It's really great, but one of my favorite things about presenting that song, not at worship, not at liturgy, but at a workshop or at a keynote, we'll sing that song and it'll be rousing and wonderful and energetic. And then I get to say at the end of the song, you know what? I love the song and the title, All Are Welcome, All Belong. The truth of the matter is, nah, not in the realm of manifestation. Just imagine all the ways that we say that we are welcoming community, that we are community about hospitality, we are community that values justice, and really the same tension in the first century of where Jesus is this first century Palestinian Jewish son of a carpenter, and son of a young Jewish mother is born. It's the same struggle to put our living with what we proclaim. And so we know that the very mission that Jesus started, that upstart Jesus the rebel started, continues today. And we take our turn. We take our turn to share our gifts. We take our turn to share our lives, and not with just the people in our classroom, but that is essential, but also the people teaching the class, which would be you and I, and the people outside the walls of the school, outside the walls of the church, to be a presence of hospitality and the justice of the reign of God, which is all are welcome. Not be God's house. Wonderful, wonderful saying. All God's house isn't holy. It was by Dr. Tim Mantavina, who taught at Notre Dame, University of Notre Dame, University of Toronto, I believe, and also Catholic University in Washington, D.C. And he said in one of his talks, God's house isn't holy just because all are welcome. God's house is holy because all belonged. That is the expression of the hospitality and justice of the reign of God. And let's just be straight up about it. That is discomforting. If we really face and embrace what that means to us, we should be squirming, because I know that the gospel does not make us comfortable. It does not. It actually helps us to live outside the illusions of what we pray and what we sing and what we celebrate, into the reality of how that our prayer and our song and our celebration transforms the world. When writing songs with other songwriters, our number one question is, how will our music directly impact and affect the lives of the poor, the lives of the marginalized? So hospitality and justice is really the heart of Christ. It is the heart of God. Jesus is referred to as the compassion of God. And it's like tag, we're it. It's like tag, we are it. Let us reflect your mercy. Hold on one second, okay? Because mercy, the notion of mercy, again, what does that look like? What does that look like? The Greek word for mercy is eleison, which really has creates an image of to unbind, to set free, to release, to unshackle. It's that spirit of, we used to call it the penitential rite, now it's called the penitential act. And in that part of the liturgy, it's an expression of God's delight that God's people and God's creation is free, is free. Just like the notion of compassion is the desire to alleviate the suffering of another. Compassion is that sense and that concern to alleviate suffering. Compassion is rooted in love and loving kindness. And so when we're saying, let us reflect your mercy, it's for our students, it's for our family members, it's for people that we see and don't see. Let us reflect your mercy to break the chains of hate and fear. The chains of hate and fear which are rooted in ignorance. Ignorance and fear. Isn't that something? It has been said that one of the most repeated phrases in Hebrew scripture and New Testament is the notion of do not be afraid, be not afraid, do not fear. Why would that be? I'm wondering, why would that be so repeated? Is it that because our humanity is prone to that? And that in order for us to fully become one day at a time is to deal with the difficult things of life in a manner that is founded in rigorous honesty, heroic humility, and a prophetic sense of justice. So to break the chains of hate and fear, boy, isn't that something? To break the chains of hate and fear, do not be afraid. Give us strength to live our faith, to hear the cry of the poor. Yes. And I'm looking at that text, and I have a song called Give Us Your Peace. Give us your peace, oh God. Give us your peace, your peace. Now don't tell anybody. Don't. Shh. When I sing that song on the microphone, I'm singing Give Us Your Peace. But in my heart and in my mind, I'm singing, you give us your peace, oh God. You give us your peace, your peace. You give us your peace, etc., etc. So, give us strength to live our faith, to hear the cry of the poor. And of course, you know what I'm going to say? You give us strength to live our faith. We hear the cry of the poor. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. So what we sing, what we pray, how we celebrate, again, always wanting to flesh that out in a manner that that helps us to live our inner life, to cultivate our inner life, as well as our that reflects and shows up in our outer life. Um, I know that I can talk and sing about hospitality and justice, but it's another thing for me to get to a nursing home and sing with my daughters at a nursing home, which they really hated when they were kids, but so did I. But now that's a thing that we still do to this day, or go to a jail, or send a video, especially in these pandemic days, to send a video greeting to someone who I haven't heard from in a while, just to let them know that they are loved and that they are cared for.
How about when me and Lily was born? You know how did we got born?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when we was born, we came to little babies. And then Lily was still a baby, and I was 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I got so big, and Lily was still a baby, right? And when the time you see her, she was 1 year old. And when the time you see me, I was 4 years old. And we was very excited to meet you and our daddy.
Aww.
And we love you guys. And we want to be here for you and daddy.
Oh, and I was very excited to meet you too.
And Lily?
And Lily?
Well, you know what happened to my heart?
What happened to your heart?
Well, when the first time I told you, when I saw you, my heart fell in love with you.
Your heart fell in love with me?
Because,
Oh, my heart fell in love with you too.
We're gathering in this virtual conference, in this virtual session, and at the same time, and here it is here, send us forth in service in this one shared humanity. As you love, so we shall love and trust in all of your ways. And inside our hearts we're going, as you love, we love, so we love and trust. We trust in all of your ways. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. The notion of hospitality and justice is that lifelong living of our faith with intention and purpose, with passion, with humility, but also with a very strong sense of compassion, a very strong sense of self-compassion. I'm not doing this video conference session because I need to. I have to make a living. I don't want to disappoint Leanne. I want something to be good and helpful to you all. That's all part of it. But the bigger story is the reason that I'm giving this video session is I'm motivated by, I'm doing this for love. I'm doing this for an act of compassion, knowing that you all and your students and your parents and your faculty and your staff and your administration are working so hard and sacrificing so much, especially in the midst of this pandemic. So I do this with love, no expectation that I'm creating something remarkable. The only thing that I'm really super concerned about is my hair, because there's no way to fix that. I'm also being self-compassionate with myself, to just trust the process, to speak honestly, to speak with some vulnerability, knowing that I can be of some service to you And maybe I need to figure out how to be of some service to me as well, because I can sure talk about it. I can sure sing about it. And every now and then, I'll live what I sing. Every now and then, I'll live what I pray, and I live what I speak. Those are really good days.
There is a place for the sadness. Hold on to love. There is a season of gladness. Hold on to love. When pain and confusion seem endless, hold on to love. We cultivate healing through kindness. Hold on to love. Hold on to love where hope is found. Hold on to love where joy abounds. Hold on to love where grace and mercy's overflowing. Hold on to love. When terror and fear overwhelm us, hold on to love. Courage and faith will sustain us. Hold on to love. When violence seeks to destroy us, hold on to love. Acts of compassion restore us. Hold on to love. Hold on to love where hope is found. Hold on to love where joy abounds. Hold on to love where grace and mercy's overflowing. Hold on to love. Hold on. When hatred is used to divide us, hold on to love. Wisdom and truth reunite us. Hold on to love. When prejudice poses as freedom, hold on to love. Dignity means all are welcome. Hold on to love. Hold on to love where hope is found. Hold on to love where joy abounds. Hold on to love where grace and mercy's overflowing. Hold on to love where hope is found. Hold on to love where joy abounds. Hold on to love where grace and mercy's overflowing. Hold on to love. Hold on to love.
Those are really good days. To be a hospitable and to enter into justice is an act of loving kindness. It's an act of shared common humanity. I know how difficult it is for my life how painful it has been to not work, or to work in really strange and new, unknown ways. And I take those feelings of difficulty and fear and anxiety, and I, in solidarity with you, with your kids, with your colleagues, and with the rest of the world, in a wonderful shared common humanity, and can and will continue. So, almost done. Be encouraged in the midst of discouragement. Be hospitable and compassionate with yourselves. Commit to that. Continue to commit to that. Continue to seek the grace in the face of injustice. Continue with courageous vulnerability to peel back the onion, the layers of the onion, or the layers of life, to find the grace. Commit to the knowledge that we share a common humanity, that none of us are alone in this, and we are in community, that we continue the mission of Jesus in our own unique and wonderful ways. And then in all of it, it is an act of loving kindness that really has the power to transform our lives, to transform the lives of all those that we encounter. And we're not doing it for a grade. We're not doing it for any kind of points or rewards. We're doing it for love.
Send us forth in service in this one shared humanity. As you love, so shall we love and trust in all of your ways. With all my heart, I will trust in you. Your hand in mine, I will go where you lead me. You are the God of wisdom and justice. You are the way, we follow you. You are the way, we follow you. With all our hearts, we will trust in you.